All right, well, welcome back to NVC Dudes. I'm Brian.
And I'm James.
Hey,
And we just heard Brian. You just had a little fit.
Little
You were sharing
meltdown.
about your anger and getting triggered and stuff.
Yeah.
And in this segment, we're gonna basically go backwards in time and start with your story, and
Right.
then work back to the actual observation of what happened.
Right.
So I have a little slide thing. You want to see it?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
And so this is something I was inspired by Sarah Payton. So imagine that there's like some kind of a video camera going on and something happened. And because of that thing that happened, there's some kind of a trigger that came in. There's that story you made up about it, and then you had your reaction. So in that first video, we heard your reaction.
Yeah.
And last time we heard your story. So now we're going to focus on, hey, what happened? So getting into the observation piece, as if, describing the situation as if there is a camera going on recording everything.
Right.
So do you want to summarize what your judgments were really quick, your evaluation, your story?
Yeah, the story I was telling myself is that my friend is sending me all these texts and conspiracy theories because they want to pick a fight with me. They want to argue. They're antagonizing me.
They're antagonizing you. They want to pick a fight. So that's your story.
That's what that's what it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that we have your story, can you go back to the observation? Like, what was it? Was there like a specific quote that you read, or what actually happened that caused you to have that reaction?
Right. So I received, let's say I received 20 texts today. That's observable.
Wow, 20 texts.
I received 20 texts from my friend today.
Wow.
And
And the topic of the texts were all conspiracy theories. Is that what you? Or I guess that's kind of an evaluation.
That's probably a judgment too. But I would say that there were topics that I did not want to talk about. How's that?
Yeah. So you received 20 texts, and cool. So the camera's recording all this stuff's going on, and your phone goes off. And what are you doing right before the phone buzzes or whatever?
I'm working.
You're working.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe you're trying to stay focused.
Yeah, I'm focused on my work. I'm on my computer and I'm looking over, and the phone continues to go off 20 times.
All right. So do you have it on buzz mode, or does it actually make a sound?
No, it just lights up.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we have your observation now.
Right. That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just went through the reaction, the story, and the observation. And now we're going to identify the needs.
Ah.
So, so let's see, needs like, gosh, Brian, when you were like at work, guessing that you wanted to stay focused, so maybe keep the flow of your thought process.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that what was going on for you?
Yeah, I needed to be focused because it's my job, and the job, pays the bills, and it's part of there's a lot more importance for my job for me, and I need that. It's a big need to have safety around my job.
Yeah, safety, and to support yourself that way supports your livelihood and all that.
Right.
And you also mentioned that part is where it seems like they're trying to pick a fight. That's what I heard you say.
Yeah.
So, gosh, is there something like around harmony and connection that's up for you around that?
Yeah, I like peace in my life, so I have a need for peace, and you know, friendship that's not combative. You know, so I'd like to have this friendship that's peaceful and connective.
Yeah. So connection, maybe a little harmony too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sounds like because the texts really weren't resonating with you, maybe kind of pissed off around, or maybe disappointed that you don't have shared reality with that friend.
Mm. Yeah. 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 And you know, it's not necessarily around agreeing with everything that the other person believes. It's a matter of yeah, having some shared reality, wanting to that feels the connection, right? If we can connect on certain things. So yeah, I'd like more of that, or to focus more on that, focus less on the things that we disagree about.
Yeah. So shared reality, just to, kind of recap the needs that I'm hearing. So shared reality, peace, you're wanting harmony, and also you're wanting to focus on your work because you really value, supporting yourself and
Yep.
making all that income to be able to support yourself.
Yeah. Just for keep me safe, keep my livelihood safe.
Yeah. So there we go. We identified your needs.
Great.
So how do you feel having, just identifying your needs and acknowledging those?
Yeah, I'm realizing that that's the story I'm telling myself is due to a lot of the needs that are not being met from this interaction, um, and that's how I'm reacting to what they've said in the text messages. I'm responding because I've got all these other things going on in my mind that are really big priority needs for me, and this is just not meeting my needs to get all that stuff, you know, get my job done, have peace in the world, have peace with friendships, connection, and all that stuff. Not being needed by that going on today.
Cool. So now that you have all these needs, is there? I'm curious. Do you have any requests popping up for yourself? Like, what do you want to? Is there anything that's arising naturally in you? Some kind of action step that you'd
Mm.
like to take?
Now, would that be an action a request I would send to my friend or to myself? You said.
I think it starts within yourself.
Yeah.
Like is there something that you would do? Like, is there a willingness that you have to have a conversation with her, or maybe you want to decide to journal, or maybe even create a video with the dudes. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's certainly a need being met right now. Yeah, I think there could be a lot of strategies to process. I think the one thing I would ask myself is, would you be willing to, um, put the phone away maybe? Like I know that's a strategy too.
Yeah, totally. So that could work.
Yeah,
Yeah. So put the phone away so that it doesn't distract you during a certain period of time.
right, right. Even though I like having my phone available, maybe this is a good time since I'm experiencing anger. Maybe it's a good time to ask myself if it would be a good idea to put it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one. I do that myself.
Exactly.
Gets me into trouble sometimes, but
Hey, it's meeting those needs for you. Gotta do it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that, Brian. I think this is probably a good little segment here.
Absolutely. I think we did some good processing. All right, man.
Hey, good chatting with you.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye.